Hi everyone, it's Lassie and welcome back to Virtual Paddock. Today, for the first time, in the new rig. In the Trak Racer TR80S. Which I've been assembling over the last half a week. So I assembled most of it on Friday. I already showed the rig in its incomplete form in a video on Sunday. And then today the rest of the parts arrived that I only ordered on Saturday, which were the pedal plate and the wheel mount. So today I mounted those parts, then mounted my gear, and now I'm finally racing again. It just feels so much more sturdy than my old rig. I mean, my old rig was a foldable rig, Next Level Racing GT Lite Pro, which I've now sold. But generally speaking of gear, there's also a new piece of gear on this rig. Because this rig has finally allowed me to mount my Venym Atrax pedals, which I bought at Sim Racing Expo last year, back in October. So I've had them for nearly half a year now. And now I'm finally getting to use them. And what made me fall in love with these pedals at Sim Racing Expo was the brake. Which, let's say they had set up two simulators. I think one was based on how it feels in a Renault Clio Cup car, and the other one in a Mugatti Formula 4 car. It was the Formula 4 simulator that I actually tried first, and I immediately fell in love with that brake pedal because they had set it up to where the brake pedal was stiff with a lot of resistance, but at the same time it didn't feel like I was kicking a brick wall. So there was still some noticeable throw in the pedal. And I've got mine set up the same way now, and I absolutely love it. I'm still getting used to it, but that setup, it makes the brakes so much easier to modulate. Now, actually, shortly after I bought these pedals, I did check if I could have mounted them on the GT Lite Pro, but it wasn't possible. So yeah, I sold the GT Lite Pro, and now I've got the TR80S. It feels fantastic, but this is pretty much my first time driving in this rig. So maybe there's a few small changes that I'll still do about this overall setup. I mean, I don't know. First, I'll have to just get used to it. I have to get back up to pace. I hadn't sim raced for quite a while. even before I bought the rig. Yeah, I'm definitely getting used to it more and more with every lap. And that was another good line. Well, this track that I chose, Manicourt, I chose that specifically because of these pedals, because they're actually made, I think, very close to the Manicourt circuit. They are also back then had Manicourt as the track selected in their setups at their booth at Sim Racing Expo. Run a bit wide. I'm so rusty. At least I've got excuses. I'm rusty and I'm right now getting used to new gear. But I'm loving how this feels. Especially that brake pedal is so easy to modulate. Now, one thing I'll probably definitely still change about the step is just the angle of the throttle pedal. Because the way it's set up right now probably won't work for heel and toe. And if you know my videos, you know that I love driving manuals. Right, so that was my first drive, well, at least one of my first drives in the new rig with the new pedals. Really enjoying it so far. Feels sturdy. It's just so much more stable than my old rig. I'm definitely still gonna have to get used to these pedals, but I'm enjoying the feeling of them. And they do have a fair bit of adjustability. I'm also looking forward to driving manual cars with these because the feeling of the clutch, it does simulate a bite point, which I didn't have with my previous pedals, with the CSL leads. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I'm definitely at some point going to do a review of the rig and also of the pedals But first, I would just want to get used to them. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. So, till next time, use the downforce, and see you soon.